What's up, Brandon?
Let's
How you
go,
doing,
champ. Fine,
Hey,
thank you so much.
I gotta be honest. I never thought I would hang out with you in Mexico.
Why?
I don't know. I didn't think that I would come to Mexico and then get to hang out with you. But
Man.
now I feel like I live in Gilroy, where there's like a lot of Mexican people.
Okay.
I feel more Mexican than I just hang out in Mexico. No, I'm like I heard Mexican now. I feel more Mexican.
Oh man, I don't think so, man.
That's how much credibility you have.
Champ, come on, don't say that. Thing.
Seriously, bro.
You have to, man.
I'm the big vato.
Brother, you come.
That's me. That's my name.
Don't say that. Don't say that. But man, we have to go and eat something good
After you win.
after the win,
After the
for
fight.
sure. You know, amazing food around. You know, you had the opportunity to try something.
I need some suggestions
Okay.
this week. I'm gonna go to lunch here, guys. I'm joined by the assassin baby Brandon Moreno. Thanks for checking in.
Let's go, champ, for sure.
Second time, Mexico City.
I know.
You've been here multiple times fighting. What does it feel like? Like, how does this one feel compared to the first time you were able to fight in Mexico?
Yeah. I mean, this one feels very cool, man. You know, I feel very chill, very relaxed. Like before, I felt some pressure maybe because, you know, it's a huge responsibility. You know, I'm representing my country. UFC is putting a lot of effort to try to expand the mixed martial arts here in Mexico. So I felt that before, but now, in this fight, I feel more relaxed, you know? I feel with less responsibility. I'm just trying to enjoy the moment, enjoy the talk with you, DC. Come on, brother, you're a legend. And that's it, you know? Like, I've been the champion before. I win and I lose the title. But now, I mean, I feel with a lot of experience and I'm still very young. So I feel a little bit in my prime.
Do you think that the switch in your mindset is because of where the career is right now? It's obviously not where you want it to be. But you kind of can release the pressure of every time since you came back, right? It was always win, championship fight, or win the next fight to get back to a championship fight. When it maybe it's not as clear right now, right? So you're able to just go out and compete a little more freely?
Actually, yes, you know, and it's crazy. My last fight for 3 rounds was in 2020.
Yeah.
After that, I've been fighting in main events, co-main events, fighting for titles. So it's crazy. I know I'm so young, but at the same time, like I passed for too much in the past. So yeah, I'm just trying to be focused after my last fight here in Mexico when I lost against Royval. I try to be more chill, spend time with my family, with my wife, with my daughters, and say like, hey man, like whatever happens in the future, like you already won.
You've done everything.
And you saw that with fighters like Dustin Poirier, with other fighters, like they say, like, man, I'm from the hood, I don't have nothing, and now I'm living my dream, you know?
Yeah.
So I try to get the same mentality, and man, right now I'm just enjoying it.
Paul Felder was talking about you fighting in Mexico City because you are the guy. Love it or hate it. Even when Alexa Grasso was the champion, it was always about Brandon Moreno. You are the guy in terms of Mexican mixed martial artists. But with that, and fighting in Mexico City, comes all that pressure you speak about, but it also the people that are drawn to you because, hey, can I get a ticket? Can I get this? I almost fought in New Orleans one time, and I started getting that immediately, right? How have you dealt with that this time opposed to the other times? Because with that responsibility, you feel like you do have to answer those calls, and you got to make sure that all your teammates and everybody's in the building. How do you avoid all those distractions this time in the fight?
And I think that was that is a huge reality, right? That's true. Like you say, when you were almost fighting in New Orleans, like every single time I'm fighting in Mexico, like all the media, all the people around, and the people get very excited, you know, and they stop you. I spent 1 month preparing myself for this fight, so I spent 1 month here in the city, and like the people is so excited for this fight, and they don't care if you win or lose. They support you.
Yeah,
know?
for sure.
But before I felt that pressure, like it's something real, it's something crazy. But now at least I have that different mentality. And I remember my last fight against Amir Albazi, like I felt the same. Like, yeah, you know what? Like winning or losing is the same. Like Kobe Bryant say, like anyway I'm going Monday with my family, with my daughters, and I get some vacations, winning or losing. So,
but that's ultimately what's important, yeah.
Exactly.
Just the family.
Man, for sure, 100%.
You know, for so long you have. There was a time where you talked about walking away.
Yeah, for sure.
How much went to the decision to return back to fighting and then be able to compete in the way that you have?
So I don't know if that happened to you when you decide to retire. Like,
Yeah, I was done.
I lost.
I was done. Like, I was done. There was nothing
Really?
you could have done. Let me tell you something, man. You ever have a barbecue? Right? Yeah. You ever have a barbecue and you go and you and your wife, you start talking, or you maybe a couple cervezas and you just forget about the meat?
Yeah.
That was me. I was done. It was all charcoal burn, like just done. I was done, bro. Like I knew that it was over. Like you could feel it as an athlete.
So the thing is, and I'm gonna explain to you, like, I lost against Royval. I was very sad and I was very disappointed with myself. And say, you know what? I mean, in the moment, I was like so angry with myself. Like, I don't want nothing more. That's it, you know. That's over to me. So my team and my family say, like, hey, man, just chill.
Take some time.
Take some time. Spend time with your family. Go out of the gym a little bit. I spent like 2 months out of the gym. I don't even step on the gym in those 2 months. So with the pass of the time, I felt like, okay, you start to get excited again to fight, you know? I understand. I mean, you have so many experience, Olympic and all that stuff. So maybe I understand you have a different position than me. So that's why I feel like, you know what? No. In some point I say like, you know what? No, I mean, I have so much to do. I have so many years to give to this sport. Yeah, you know, I'm so young. I'm not over for sure. The only thing I start to feel more pressure is with the diet, man. I hate fucking diet.
The diet, and it sucks.
Yeah, man.
It sucks.
Every wake up.
Well, you're because you're rich now. When you're rich, you don't like. No, because
man,
when you're rich,
what are
you don't like to feel
about?
uncomfortable.
I don't know.
Dude, you're a rich man. You're rich, you're a champion, you do TV. When you're rich, you don't want to be uncomfortable. So now you're uncomfortable and rich, right? When you're a starving artist, when you're starving, right? When you and your family had nothing, you would cut that weight. And then you have to cut that weight easy. But now, you know, you eat steak, you live good.
In the fancy restaurants every weekend.
Restaurant. I heard you're very bougie, too.
Buying Rolex every week.
So, like, it's like, I hate cutting weight. It's the worst. It's the absolute
it's the worst, for sure, man.
So, after being a champion for so long, the Royval fight doesn't go your way. They give you Amir Albazi. Dude that's riding hot, young guy. Like, he's supposed to take you out. He's supposed to take your spot. But you pitch an absolute shutout, a masterpiece, right? How encouraging was that to know that, hey, man, everything I believe that made me come back is true. Because now you beat a guy that was on a short list of people that was going to fight for the belt. You can introduce yourself back into the picture a little bit. But you know you got to do more work in order to get back to the title fight.
I mean, first of all, that fight gave me a lot of confidence. And made me understand, like, no, okay, like, we're still there. We
fought good, man.
We have something still there, you know? So that got me a lot of confidence. I went there. That was a statement, not just for the UFC, not just for the people, but for myself. Like, I can get the belt back. I have to be focused, and I have to manage the pressure better, but I can make it, you know? I know Pantoja is doing an amazing job with the title. But I know if I beat, and obviously I really believe I'm going to beat Steve Erceg this weekend, I can fight for the title again.
But you've been in that situation where you and Davison fought 4 times. So you know about getting another title fight, even if you guys have fought on multiple occasions. Speaking of Steve Erceg, was that a surprise to get him as the opponent after beating Albazi, who was doing so well, and Erceg, after fighting Pantoja really well, having that performance against Kai Kara-France, kind of like, maybe I expected something different.
I know. I mean, it wasn't to me a surprise to fight against Steve Erceg because he was already there. No, I mean, he fought for the title.
He fought very close too.
I mean, last year, and the fight was very close against the champion, right? So I know he was on the map. I don't know. I don't knew in that moment if he was the next one, but I knew he was there. So UFC, first of all, they offered the fight to Tatsuro Taira, I think. But for some reason...
Against you, Tatsuro Taira.
Here in Mexico.
Yep.
Obviously, personally, I don't like to throw shit to the other fighters. He just say no for some reason.
Tell you why.
This guy. Okay.
You can't fight in Mexico City altitude. I won't say a name, but the first time when Cain fought, somebody shit on themselves. I saw a dude in the back shit on himself, bro.
Oh, my God.
He was so tired from the altitude, he shit his pants.
Who?
I'm not. I can't tell you. If I tell a name, this guy will hate me. Shit his pants in the locker room, Brandon.
Man,
it's hard to fight here.
Man, that was part of the conversation, man. Fighting altitude is hard. But this time, like, 3 different things. Like, first of all, I start my preparation in Las Vegas, in the
I saw you there, right?
hyperbaric chamber. That, I mean, looks like works, you know. Then I use this thing, like, it's like a tent. La hyperbaric tent,
yeah.
Epoxico. I put it in my house. I took naps there. I sleep some nights there. And then I was running a lot. I was running like crazy, like miles, a lot of miles. So that prepared myself to come here to Mexico City for 1 month. And I was waiting the first hit of the altitude, but never came. So that gave me more confidence. Yeah.
So you never felt that drag on your chest?
No, man. No. I promise you. I remember
you prepared yourself right.
I remember the last year when I was preparing myself to fight against Royval. First week, terrible. I feel so fucking tired. Not to shit, but
legs heavy, everything.
Heavy, my arms, everything. I remember the first class was wild wrestling. So we went live. Man, I was dying.
Yeah.
But this time, I feel much better.
So Steve Erceg is a guy that has tremendous skills. He made his way up to a title fight very, very fast. So when you look at him and break him down, because you're a smart guy, right? You do the broadcast for the Spanish broadcast and everything. When you break him down as an opponent, where do you feel like you hold the biggest advantage? Because your boxing is high level. But that's where he's best at too, right? So are we in for a fight like that where you guys gonna just be boxing?
Actually, it's funny because I was like still in the field, and I think it was you and Felder or Dominic, but you was there, like, and they were saying like, oh, the boxing skills of this guy is the best in the division. So that just stuck a little bit here, like, okay.
No, like now you get to show him. Huh?
All right. So it's interesting because yes, he's very good with his boxing. He's very complete. You know, he's part of the elite of the sport. So good grappling, good jiu-jitsu, good wrestling. But I think his specialty is the boxing. He has really good distance, a lot of precision, really good counters. So with that being said, we made a plan. You know.
Yeah.
I understand. I have to. That's the thing, man. Sometimes I'm trying to be smart on the fights, but. Man, I don't know. Something happened, man. Yeah. Something happened there, man. I'm just trying to put pressure.
And you just go.
Yeah.
So in Mexico City, you're 1-2-1?
Something like that.
Yeah. So
I lose 2 and I had 1 draw.
1 draw. So you're 0-2-1.
Yeah.
So you need to get a victory, right? Could you imagine that moment, right, where because you've been this guy to Mexican mixed martial arts, and you haven't had success here. You haven't had that. When you felt it, when you leave the octagon and everybody's screaming, cheering.
I know.
That's the best.
The best emotion.
But you haven't had that. You've had that in places, but not here.
Yeah.
Can you ever sit and think to what that would feel like on Saturday night?
Man, I've been cooking that moment so long, man. I mean, the first time I fought here was 2017. And then 19, then 24. Man, I've been cooking that moment for so long, and I'm excited to live that moment. You know, I just for sure I want that moment in my career. You know, I don't want to leave this sport in the future and say like, oh, you know, I had to do this and that. So that one is one of the things I want to do for sure, man. And I'm excited. And even when I fought in Mexico, because obviously UFC know the business, they put me in a Mexican markets, like they put me in Anaheim, in Dallas, in Arizona. So you know, watching all the Mexican flags.
Yes,
I know it's not gonna be different this weekend.
I've never heard a arena louder than when Kane Velasquez fought here,
for sure,
or when he fought in Los Angeles.
Okay,
Los Angeles was crazy, and then here was even better. Are you keeping up with Kane's deal? Have you seen what happened with Kane Velasquez?
Oh man, yes, it's very sad, you know, and I know for you it's even more sad because you're a very close friend of him. But that shows you how legality and justice is not the same, man.
Yeah,
and that's very sad.
Yeah,
you know? I just wish him all the power to get this, to manage this moment for sure.
Yeah, praying for the big champion.
I know. Fuck, man.
And so many people are praying for you as you head into this main event this weekend.
Thank you so much.
Good luck, champ. Guys, Brandon Moreno takes on Steve Erceg this weekend. Make sure you tap in everything this man is doing. Follow him on X, Instagram. Do you do Facebook or are you too young for that shit? Be honest.
Young? No, I have Facebook.
You have Facebook?
Yeah.
A lot of young people don't do Facebook anymore, and it's very annoying. It makes me feel old. You tap into them at the desk too. Until next time, guys, like, subscribe, and tell your friends
Let's
about my
go.
YouTube channel. I'm talking to people like the Assassin Baby. Peace.